I really missed this series last week. I did not realize how much I really look forward to this series every single week on Monday until last week. Last week when we got the recap episode, I was like, oh my god, I have to wait another week for another episode. But I'm glad it's finally arrived because I love this series so much. This episode proves to me why I love this series so much. The animation and the music. Oh my god, dude, the music! That is one thing I love so much about Shingeki no Bahamut, and episode 7 does not let me down with that music soundtrack. That music soundtrack and that fight with Faro, Kaiser, and Azazel, that was just, oh my god, the music, the soundtrack, the fucking soundtrack is great. Seriously, I love the soundtrack of this series. It is beautiful, and it's to my taste of music. I love it. With this episode, we continue where the events left off of, 2 weeks ago, where episode 6 ended. Not episode 6.5, but episode 6. We see the events continue on where Azazel is invading, the city, and he's trying to get back the God Key. And the main thing that happens in this week's episode of Shingeki no Bahamut is that Favaro and Kaiser actually get a bond. They've had some form of bond, but they actually come to a mutual understanding by the course of this episode. At the end of the episode, they pretty much understand each other now. Now they're not really trying to kill each other. It looks like they finally settled their differences, and now they know who their enemy is, and also that you see how Kaiser acknowledges Favaro in this episode. When Favaro and Kaiser are fighting Azazel inside that room and all that, you have it to where Favaro says he is a demon. For instance, a human versus a demon. And then all of a sudden you see Kaiser jump and it's like, yeah, 2 humans versus demon. And so I was like, oh. So what that actually means is that Kaiser has accepted Favaro as a human being. He's not calling him a demon like he betrayed his trust and all that, and at the exact same time, you see how Kaiser is actually starting to understand him, trying to actually become better friends with him, and they're not really trying to kill each other. That's one of the main things you can get from the end of this episode. Kaiser and Favaro, they have an understanding now, and they're not going to be trying to cut each other's heads off. Now, I love the bonding scenes in this episode. When you get to see the fighting with Kaiser and Favaro fighting Azazel, those fight scenes, I love. I love the way the fighting scenes panned out. It was just really cool. Execution was nice. Animation was nice. Even the choice of CGI they used in some of these scenes looked really brilliant. I love Janu of the Arc's fight. Oh my god. That fight, oh, dude, the freaking, when she starts jumping on the freaking, magical circle things or whatever, she's just jumping on them. That was just epic as shit, man. Oh my god, that was epic as shit. And at one point in this episode, I actually thought Kaiser was going to die. I really thought Kaiser was going to die at one point in this episode when you see him, flying back off the tower and all that, and you see him talking and monologuing, and when you see the, blinding flashlight of Janu of the Arc, charging her freaking, holy beam with her spear, I thought he was going to die in that instance. I really thought he was going to die, but thank God he did not die, because he's a really good character, and I'm really loving the connections and vibes I get off these two characters when they interact. It really makes the series so much more enjoyable. Now, the other things, Azazel, he pretty much got wrecked in this episode. He just got wrecked, he's destroyed, he's gone. But I have a theory. This theory could be disproven, and it possibly could be wrong, but I have a theory. I really don't believe Azazel is really dead. He could be, it's possible. He did get hit, we saw it. But we saw a different blinding flash of light, a bluish type light, after he disappeared. As soon as he disappeared, you saw that flash light. It makes me believe that he might have teleported away from the blast, and he could still be alive. That's just me assuming. I could be wrong, but it might be possible for Azazel to still technically be alive by the end of this episode. Janu of the Arc, when she started fighting, I expected her to overpower those demons in this episode, when she was fighting, but clearly she did not overpower them. She was not pushing them over like they were nothing. There were no pushovers to her. So, how is someone like this, that supposedly, if the theories are true with the prophecy, how is this person supposed to fight Bahamut if, she couldn't barely fight these lower class demons? They're high class demons, but they're still low class demons compared to Bahamut. So, how in the fuck is that gonna happen? So, yeah, we'll have to see where that goes. Now, overall, an enjoyable episode, very good episode, had some solid progression, Rita and her little army trying to protect the God Key, Amrita, and really, the ending sequence just leaves us on a massive cliffhanger, and I'm like, damn it. damn, I hate these cliffhangers. I really, really hate the cliffhangers, because that cliffhanger is annoying as hell, because you have to where Amina disappears. I'm guessing she's going off with her father, and the episode ends. So yeah, we gotta wait an entire week to figure out what happens. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How did you feel about this week's episode of Shingeki no Bahamut? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.